and I will be your moderator today. We have three special guests from UNA who will be sharing exciting and useful college application information with you on the following three topics: general introduction of UNA, featured program on engineering technology, perspectives of international students' experience at UNA. Our special guests are Dr. Xunshen Zhang, Senior Vice Provost for International Affairs, Professor Peter Rim, Founding Director and Department Chair of Engineering Technology, and Ms. Karina Cisneros, freshman student from Mexico. This webinar will last about an hour, and we will have a question and answer section at the end of the presentation. You can send us your question through the question and ask box at the bottom of the screen. All your questions will be answered during the final section of the question and answer period. A recording copy of the slides will be provided to you after the presentation via email. Now let's get started. First, we will invite our Senior Vice Provost for International Affairs, Dr. Xunshen Zhang, to give a brief introduction of UNA and the opportunities that you will have as international students of the university. He will talk about where is UNA, the features of UNA, our international student populations, and the programs at UNA. So, welcome Dr. Zhang, and let's explain a little bit more about the university.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to meet you online after we met in person last October. Again, this is a great opportunity for us to introduce more of the features about the University of North Alabama. As I met you, when I met you, I told you the University of North Alabama is one of the oldest university in the United States, and is also the oldest university in the state of Alabama. And because of the special partnership with GAC worldwide, but especially with GAC Mexico, the degree offerings are attractive, I hope, to most of you. And the scholarship we offer for many of you who have the qualification, and of course, all the science majors, and today we're going to focus on the first one. But in general, as I told you before, when you think about UNA, you think about quality education, affordable cost, and very welcoming and safe environment. I wish you can be with us here today because the spring weather is really beautiful outside. And also, I want you to share with your parents that coming to North Alabama is an easy flight from Mexico City to any of the major connecting cities in the U.S. to Huntsville. And we have so many international students here, including students from Mexico and other Latin American countries. As I promised, any of you who choose to come to UNA, you will get the best value of your time investment and your money investment. And more importantly, you will get the kind of advice from professors who will teach you, who will mentor you to launch your successful career for many years to come. And I want to just give you a very brief introduction and want to encourage many of you to apply. And our goal is by this fall, we will have a minimum 10 Mexican students at this university. And I hope you will join us. And I'll be willing to answer any questions you may have or your teachers may have. And again, we look forward to welcoming you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang, for your great presentation about UNA and the special opportunities for international students. We are so excited to present the new addition to UNA's Bachelor's Program for International Students. This is a historic moment for the oldest university in Alabama as we launch the first engineering curriculum in the school's history. You could be one of the first international students enrolled in this 4-year engineering technology degree starting fall 2016. Applications are still accepted until July 1st. Now let's welcome Dr. Peter Rim, who is going to talk of some of the features of the engineering technology program. Welcome, Dr. Rim.
Thank you. Good morning, and thanks for your interest in UNA's brand new engineering technology program. Please note that my presentation is fairly short to allow you a significant amount of time to ask as many questions as you would like. I am the person responsible for developing the new program, and I included this biographical information not to impress you with all the degrees, but to emphasize that one of the unique characteristics of the program will be a focus on business acumen. As you can see, I have both formal and practical business experience, and therefore the program is structured with an emphasis on preparing students for a successful industrial career. The program is a 4-year Bachelor of Science degree with a focus on mechanical and electrical engineering. Other attributes you may find interesting are classes in robotics and green energy. Typical careers include manufacturing engineering, design engineering, or process engineering. And the industry type can vary from typical manufacturers like the automotive industry to specialty industries like self-driving cars or medical devices. The program is housed in a brand new building, and I encourage you all to go to my website, www.una.edu/engineering-technology, to preview the wonderful facilities. The website will be shared again on the last slide. Laboratories are a key component of this major, as the curriculum emphasizes the application of engineering principles, not just theory. As you can see, labs include automated manufacturing, materials, robotics, electronics, and green energy. Now a few slides on the actual classes. The general education classes are typical of any university, with the exception being that classes emphasizing a global focus are required. Of course, the international nature of this webinar is evidence enough of the importance of a global focus. Please note that calculus is not needed as a requirement to enter the program. Supporting classes include 2 levels of physics, 2 levels of calculus, computer science, and statistics. The engineering technology classes shown on this slide are equally split between mechanical and electrical engineering classes, with an important engineering economics class being included as well. Also, important practical experience is gained by interaction with our corporate sponsors. The opportunity to participate in student projects is limitless. This slide covers some of the opportunities. This slide is included to emphasize the strong relationship engineering has with the College of Business. Numerous opportunities to participate in entrepreneurial competitions exist. This concludes the slides. Thank you very much again for your interest. We'll be glad to answer any questions, and please feel free to contact me with additional questions about the program.
Thank you, Dr. Rim, for your great presentation regarding the Engineering Technology program at UNA. Students, please keep in mind, if you have any question, you can post it on the question and answer box at the bottom of your screen. Before we continue with our next presenter, we would like to familiarize you with the campus live by showing you a quick video of UNA.
College has been crazy. Not only am I taking 18 hours, leading my own study group, and staying involved on campus, but it's my first time living away from home. Living on campus has really made it special though. Sometimes I forget that I don't have to drive to get to the store and pick up a few things. The campus is so accessible. I never have to rush to make it to my next class, and it only takes a few minutes to make it to the residence halls. It's so great to live somewhere that's safe, but easy to get in and out of. I love having friends nearby and knowing that I don't have to leave the building to get some extended hang time. My roommate Caroline and I love our room. Some chocolate always helps her stress out a little less before her test. What would she do without me? It's hard to believe we didn't even know each other a few months ago, and now we can practically finish each other's sentences. Having an awesome roommate like Caroline makes living here even better, but I do need my space sometimes, and my room gives me plenty of it. I have plenty of places to keep my stuff where I need it and stay focused on my homework. I can decorate how I want to and make the space my own, which is a must. I have plenty of closet space for all my clothes, and our bathroom is the perfect size. I never thought a residence hall could feel like home, but it really does. The residence halls have plenty of places to hang out, catch up with my friends, and have some fun. You can always catch someone at the pool table or in the lobby. Since I'm done with classes for the day, and Caroline is feeling better about her test tomorrow, it's time to head to the Commons for a quick bite. Caroline can stock up on coffee at Starbucks for her all-nighter ahead, and I can get my favorite nuggets at Chick-fil-A. The Hill is the perfect place to sit and hang out, even if you don't need the ATM. I can spend all week on campus, but it's awesome to be within walking distance of downtown Florence. The gang and I agree that tonight is perfect for a quick walk and a popsicle. I love being so close to the stores, and there's always something going on. It's not too big, not too small, and everyone here is so nice. It's not uncommon to see just about anyone enjoying UNA's beautiful campus at any time of day. Hey, President Kitts, come on, how cool is he? There's always something to go to, and luckily Flowers Hall is right across the street, so I never have to miss a game. When I first came to UNA, I had to live on campus. But now that I've been here a little while, I get to live on campus. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way.
To continue showing you the life on campus from a student's perspective, I would like to introduce you to Miss Karina Cisneros, a current freshman from Mexico, who will be telling you more about her experience at UNA and why she decided to come to UNA. Hello, Karina. It's good to have you with us today. First of all, First of all, I would like to ask you, what was your motivation to study in the US?
Should not perish,
I'm sorry,
but have everlasting life.
the video is,
God did not
you're
send
getting
his
the
Son
sound
into the
of another
world
video, I'm
to
sorry.
condemn the world.
Okay, let's continue with our presentation. Karina, what was your motivation to study in the US?
Hello. Well, I really wanted to seek a greater education than what I could receive in Nicaragua, where I was living before. So I decided to study in the U.S. to achieve that goal that I had, and I had to prove myself that I was capable of reaching farther than my family ever has. And my goal is to one day look back at all the things I've done and see how far I have gone since it all started.
Why did you select UNA?
I selected UNA because I truly believe it's the perfect place for me. UNA believes in me. It believed in me since the very beginning, and it helped me through every single step of the application process. Every kind of question that I had, even if it was about the weather or even if it was about anything related to Florence, the city, they helped me through every single doubt that I had during the process application, and I have truly loved UNA and its people.
How has been your academic involvement with UNA and the community?
Academically, it has been amazing. Professors really care about you, and the class size is perfect. It's not too small, it's not too big, so you can get to know your classmates and your professors. You can get to ask them questions. Also, um, involving the community, there are a lot of student organizations that you can be a part of. Anything that you're interested in, there's probably an organization for that. For example, I'm part of the Hispanic Culture Organization, which makes me feel like I'm always at home. And there's also a way for you to help back the community. There's always certain opportunities that you can take advantage of, and you could help lots of different organizations too in Florence, such as the animal shelter, and just volunteer.
Great, Karina. What are your future expectations after you graduate?
After I graduate, I plan on either pursuing a master's or getting an internship in the United States. But my long-term goal is to return to Nicaragua and apply all the skills that I've gained during these years at UNA, and maybe at some point even return to Mexico.
Finally, what will be your top 2 advice for all of the students who are listening to us and want to study in the US?
First of all, I would tell you to prepare for the exams and take all of the required exams that you need before you apply, such as the SAT or the ACT and the TOEFL. All of that, just make sure you have that. And my second thing that I would tell you guys is to not be afraid to study in the US. I know that it's scary to just leave your home and everything behind, but honestly, it's not that terrible once you do it. It's actually amazing, and it's amazing to be with people that actually care about you and will help you through every step.
Thank you, Karina, for giving us your perspective as a student of UNA and your advice for all of the future international students who decide to become part of this program. We're now going to go ahead with our question and answer section, and we will try to answer all of the questions you drop at the bottom box during the webinar. So please, if you have any question, just write it down and we will answer it in a minute. On the meantime, I would like to show you a video of the new engineering technology while we look at all of the questions. So we will give you time for you to drop the questions.
Well, 2015, we would like you to experience our brand new Science and Technology building. This state-of-the-art facility is now the new home to 5 established majors: physics, chemistry, industrial and marine biology, and 2 new proposed majors: engineering technology and earth systems sustainability. While earning your degree inside this cutting-edge facility, you can study light phenomenon in complete darkness. The building's design and equipment eliminates minute vibrations from nanoscale experiments using a new nuclear magnetic resonance spectrometer, a research technique that explores the magnetic properties of certain atomic nuclei. This equipment is integral to UNA's mission of teaching and research. NMR spectroscopy is used by chemists and biochemists all over the world to investigate the properties of organic molecules. And now it's right here at the new UNA Science and Technology Building. The building is designed with scientific collaboration in mind. Student space and faculty offices are in close proximity to one another and are directly adjacent to the research lab. This is where the magic begins. Our industrial hygiene majors will learn how to provide safe working conditions in the new science building. In addition to safety by design, the general ventilation of the laboratories provides for one-pass air, meaning that the conditioned air entering the room is not recirculated. It's exhausted and replaced with clean, fresh air. At UNA, our goal is to build the pride. Pride in our amazing university and our pride of UNA Lions just like you. And our new Science and Technology Building is further evidence of our commitment to you, the future scientist, biologist, chemist, and industrial hygienist. We invite you to come and explore the new Science and Technology Building on the picturesque UNA campus in Florence, Alabama, and help us build the pride. Follow us on Twitter, #MyUNA, and like us on Facebook.
Okay, we have one question. It says, which airport do I need to arrive and how am I going to get to the university? This question is for Karina.
Well, you can definitely arrive at the Huntsville International Airport, and over there's a service that will bring you to UNA. It's completely free, so you just show up and you get instructions via email if you request them, so that you know where to go, which place in the airport to go, and there's going to be a shuttle service that's going to bring you to UNA. It's very, very accessible. It's very easy.
Very important to remember because the Office of International Affairs, the free shuttle service, airport pickup service, is only available on the 2 designated dates when we told you when to arrive.
We have another question. Who will be helping me as soon as I arrive? I'm sorry, I just get a reminder in the screen. Who will be helping me as soon as I get to the university with the orientation process? I think that question will be directed to Dr. Jan.
Thank you for asking the question. The Office of International Affairs will be your home away from your home. So we have a relay team here. One is from the beginning during the application admission process. That's our international admissions. And then as soon as you are admitted, you will receive communications from our service team. And Ms. Kayla Filippo and Ms. Sarah Stevens will help you with all the questions you may have, and a mandatory orientation. So we will basically think every aspect of your life, from academic to adjustment, all the different things that will, in addition to the staff we have in the office, we also have a group of highly motivated senior students, both international and domestic. They are called navigators. They are your pure mentors. They have gone through what you are going to go through. So they will be available to help you in any way we can.
Okay, we have another general question. How is the weather in Alabama? I think Karina will tell you a little bit about this.
I'll be honest about the weather in Alabama. It could get kind of crazy, but it's pretty cool. You definitely have all the seasons, and you can see in the fall how the leaves turn yellow and brown, and it's just so much fun to look at them. You also have the winter time, and it could snow, and then spring and summer are pretty hot. So it's a little bit of everything, and there's definitely something that you will like because it's just everything combined into one. It's a beautiful weather right now. It's sunny and everything's blooming, so it looks amazing.
Okay, we have another question for Dr. Rim. What is the difference between the engineering technology and other kind of engineering majors?
That is a very good question. The technology aspect of the program means that it is more applied than traditional engineering programs. Traditional engineering programs have become very theoretical in their nature with a significant amount of mathematics. Although there are, as you saw, 2 calculus courses with this curriculum, it is mainly focused on making sure that the students are able to apply the engineering that they learn so that they're able to more readily transition into the workplace and get a good paying job.
Great, Dr. Rim. Now we have a question for Dr. Jan. What are the scholarships requirements?
We have several different scholarships for international students, but for GAC students, you will have at least 2 you can apply. One is called the International Diversity Scholarship because, as I mentioned earlier, that even though we have 40 countries represented at UNA, and 19 countries were represented on at the university residence halls, as long as you are from a country that have fewer than 10 students attending UNA, the key is to have a GPA of 2.5. So if your GPA, GAC GPA is 2.5, you are guaranteed to receive at least $3,000 per year, either through the International Diversity Scholarship or through the Capacity Builders Scholarship.
Okay, we have another question regarding the application process for admission for the engineering technology. Pretty much all of the applications are the same, even if it's engineering technology. Here we have a slide with the application process. First, you have to go to our website, www.una.edu/international, and download our application form. Or you can go through these slides and click on the bottom and download the application form. You need to have your official GAC diploma and your official transcripts. You need to have your official TOEFL or IELTS. You need to have a minimum score of 61 for the TOEFL or the IELTS 5.5. In order to apply for the scholarships, you need to have official SAT or ACT scores, and I know students for GAC schools are about to take those exams. You also need to have $100 application fee that you will be paying when you fill out the application form. And finally, you will need to have an official bank letter showing a minimum of $22,000 and a letter from the student's sponsor. The letter from the student's sponsor will be your parents or someone who will be paying your studies here in the US. Here we have another question for Dr. Dr. Zhang would like to say something before that.
Yeah, the question about the SAT and ACT, if you have, it's not a requirement for admission to University of North Alabama for international undergraduates. However, if you want to earn more than $3,000 scholarship, then a high SAT and ACT score will help. And that if you have a high ACT or SAT, then you could win up to $6,000 a year instead of just $3,000. But those are very competitive, and there's a limit of number at that level of a scholarship.
This is a question directed for Dr. Rim. Dr. Rim, what are the future career paths for the engineering technology program?
There are many different kind of job opportunities for graduates of the program. You can think about once you have mechanical and electrical engineering skills, you could be a manufacturing engineer, a process engineer, a design engineer, many different types. The type of industry that you can work in also is very interesting in that it can be traditional industries like the automotive industry, perhaps working on large robotics making cars, or it could be something like working on designing medical devices that are used to help cure people's medical issues. There also are opportunities to do cutting edge work like working on driverless cars, because those contain, of course, many electromechanical devices. So the opportunities are varied, and a lot of it depends on your interests.
Very good to know, Dr. Rim. I have a question for Karina. They are asking, Karina, did you have cultural shock after arrival? Is it easy to make friends with local students?
The culture shock wasn't that strong. Of course, a lot of things change and you will have a small shock, but culturally it's not going to be anything bad because people in Florence are very, very friendly. Even people that you don't know and you just cross in Starbucks or in Chick-fil-A, they'll smile at you and they'll make you feel like you're still at home. It's very easy to make friends at first. It'll be very easy to make friends with international students and the navigators, who are some navigators are from the U.S., but also when classes start and everything, you're going to start to make local friends. You're going to start to make friends from Florence or nearby areas, and it's going to be pretty great because you're going to have a good variety of friends. You're going to have friends from all over the world, and you're going to have friends from the United States.
I think there is another question directed for you. If I miss the food from my country, are there any places close by for me to have some typical authentic food from Mexico?
I love Mexican food, and that was definitely something that I missed when I came here, but then I found out that there's a place pretty close to here called Taqueria Juarez, and those are actual tacos. They're not like the tacos that you would find in Taco Bell. You could definitely do that too, but if you want authentic Mexican food, you can definitely get it. It's like 10 minutes away from campus, maybe 15 the most, and you could get basically anything that you want, even tacos al pastor and chicharrón, all of that. They even have jarritos and horchata.
Okay, someone is interested about the application process. If I'm interested in coming in the fall 2016, how do I start? Can I email the application or should I mail in the application materials? We recently have changed our policy and we are receiving email application of your materials. So you can just send scanned copies of your transcripts, your diploma. We do need to have the official TOEFL and official SAT scores. And then you can scan your official bank letter. Once you arrive to UNA, we hope you have all of your physical documents, so we put it in your file. However, the application process is really easy. You just send the scanned copies to the email international@una.edu or go to una.edu and we will be processing your application anytime soon.
Also, once your application is complete, the decision will only take about 2 days. So as soon as you provide all the documentations to the international admissions team, and you will hear from us very soon.
Another thing that I would like to tell you, all of you GAC students, is that for being part of a GAC center, you will have the possibility to transfer up to 40 credits to our university. So if you look at this chart, it will tell you the steps that you have to complete in order to become a student of UNA. The step 4, it will tell you to complete, we will complete the credit transfer evaluation here at UNA, but depending on the major, you will see the credits that you can transfer for being a GAC student. We have 3 tracks. The first one is the general education, the second one is the UNA major core, and the final is the UNA electives. So for the first track, you can transfer up to 15 credits, which are 5 courses that you already took at GAC. And for that track, you will need to take 26 credit remaining or 8 courses. For the second track, it depends on your major. So if you are a business major, you can transfer 15 credits or 5 courses. If you are not a business major, you cannot transfer credits. But that doesn't mean that you cannot transfer credits in another stage. So if you look at the electives, if you are a business major, you can transfer 6 credits or 2 courses, 2 electives. But if you are a non-business major and you have a business minor, you can transfer up to 7 courses in total. So your time at UNA will be short. You already completed 1 year for just being part of GAC, and then you just have to complete 3 remaining years here at UNA. Let's continue with our questions if we have any. That was it. I think we wrap up with our question and answer section. If anyone has any more question directed to Dr. Rim, you can email him to the email that we will be showing here at the end of his presentation. That will be prim@una.edu. If you have any questions regarding admissions, scholarship requirements, GAC transfer credits, you can email us to international@una.edu or go to una@una.edu. Or if you have any personal question, you can email me. I work at International Admissions. It's lbarraganovoa@una.edu, or you can email the coordinator of International Admissions, Ms. Hua Yang, hyang@una.edu. You can also contact us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, Line, Skype. Or if you have any question, you can also call us. Thank you all again for joining us at this. Dr. Zhang has one more thing to say.
I want to take this opportunity to thank all the students who logged in, and especially the schools, my good friends Mario and the doctor. If there are a group of students applying, please let us know. We'll be very happy to have a Skype session, advising session in the application process, or answer any additional questions that you may have. So, muchos gracias.
Okay, thank you all again for joining us at this successful webinar. We will send out the PowerPoint presentation to you shortly. The recording of this webinar will be also available at UNA's website for your future reference and for you to share with your friends who could not join us today. Please contact us if you have any other question. Before we wrap up this webinar, I would like to just stop and ask if someone else has any other question. If not, we hope to see you guys anytime soon. And we hope to welcome you to the beautiful campus of UNA in Flores, Alabama. Thank you all for your assistance.